Edge Designations, CAIA Level 2, Introduction and Action Plan video. The purpose of this video is threefold. First and foremost, to introduce you to the CAIA Level 2 program, what's involved, what's entailed. Number two is, perhaps for those that have been in the program for a bit before, CAIA Level 2 is to introduce you to the changes in CAIA Level 2 for the 2025 program. And number three is to have a look at what Edge Designations as a approved CAIA prep provider can do for you to get you through CAIA Level 2. Let's get going first and foremost, and let's have a look at what is involved in the CAIA Level 2 syllabus. First and foremost, let's take a look, just like they say for CAIA Level 1. CAIA Level 2 study time, approximately anywhere between 200 to 250 hours. But again, that's going to completely depend on your level of experience with alternative investments. The exam itself, let's take a look. It's a 4-hour exam. Unlike CAIA Level 1, where the entire exam was multiple choice questions, CAIA Level 2 is a mix, okay? Exam session number 1 are multiple choice questions, where you've got 2 hours of multiple choice questions. You've got 100 multiple choice questions to do. So keep in mind the maths is fairly simple. We did the same maths as we did in CAIA Level 1 for you. You've got 100 multiple choice questions. You've got 120 minutes. You've got 2 hours to do it. 72 seconds a question. And guys, come out of that first exam session 1, the 100 multiple choice questions, and it's very, very quick. Okay. You take yourself a 30-minute break, and then we've got section number 2, exam session 2, which is your CR, which is your constructed response section. Also 2 hours, but this is not multiple choice. This is what we call constructed response. Constructed response, some people call it essays. I don't like to call it essays. It's a constructed response to a question that has been given. We typically get three multi-part questions. Okay. And when we say multi-part questions, there's 3 questions, but when they call them multi-part, there's an A, B, C, D, sometimes even an E. And that's why I don't like to call them essays, because you've got 3 questions, and each question with 10 marks can be broken down into as much as 5 different parts, being really 2 marks per question. It's not essays. Okay. A bit of a difference then between the 2 exams. The first exam section, which is 100 multiple choice questions, 2 hours, multiple choice, but keep in mind that is worth 70% of your total marks. Exam section 2, which is your constructed response section, is 30% of the total marks, but both of them are 2-hour exams. Okay, so just by way of example, and everybody now that's in CAIA Level 2 is a little bit familiar with the CAIA Level 1 pass mark. And what CAIA tell us is that at most, okay, if you get 70% for this exam, you've passed the exam. The pass mark might be a bit lower, but 70% you are guaranteed a pass. Having said that, if you do the first exam and by some chance you come out very, very confident, you say to yourself, definitely for that first paper, I got 100%. Now, if you got 100% for paper 1 and it's worth 70% of the marks, well, you've effectively on 70% of the total already. No need to come back for section 2 constructed response. Not a good advice, of course, okay, not what we're suggesting, but just giving you an indication of how that would work. Because keep in mind, exam section 2, the constructed response section, is worth 30% of the total. And that is the breakdown then between the 2 sections, both 2 hours, but different mark allocations over there. We talk here about exam windows. Your exam window for CAIA Level 2 stretches from the 17th of March all the way through then to the 28th of March. And the reason, of course, why we give exam windows at CAIA is because, okay, the entire process is what we call CBT, computer-based testing. And being computer-based testing, okay, there's not enough computers to go around like they used to do when it was paper-based testing and everybody could write on the same day, the same time. Now it's computer-based, so everybody writes on a computer. You go to a specific exam center, or there's also what we call online proctoring. You can even write on your computer at home if you like. Okay, those are the two different options that you've got. One is to go to an exam center, okay, where they have computers and they'll administer the CAIA Level 2 exam for you over there. Or you can write at home, which is called online proctoring. Okay, you write on your own computer. Keep in mind just the various regulations surrounding that. Okay, writing at home, you've got to have a nice clear office. You see my lovely books behind me here. Those shelves will have to be clear. Okay, you have to give CAIA access to your computer. You have to have a regular internet stream. Okay, so there's a certain requirements that you need to have in place when you do at-home writing called online proctoring, as opposed to going to write at an exam center. But everything now is computer-based testing. Just an important message, of course, those that wrote CAIA Level 1 are familiar with this already. Just because you've registered with CAIA does not mean yet that you have an exam date. Please go and book yourself an exam, register for the exam as well. In fact, it's a two-stage process. Number one, register with CAIA. Number two is book an exam date. Now, remember, the earlier that you decide to book your exam date, the more likely you are to get the exam date that you want. Anyway, again, guys, from between 17th to the 28th of March. CAIA writes 2 times a year. Those are the dates for the March window. September, we don't yet know. We haven't yet seen those, but keep in mind, of course, going back on history, it's going to be round about the same. Second half of September will be CAIA Level 2. First half of September will be CAIA Level 1. Okay. What's in CAIA Level 2? And what I've done specifically for you over here, because there's been a little bit of a mixing around of the various topics, etc. So just to give you a good picture, what I've done over here is I've specifically gone and I have contrasted CAIA Level 2 for 2024 with CAIA Level 2 for 2025. Let's take a look over here. Okay. And first and foremost, what do we see? Okay. No change in topics. There were 9 topics in 2024. And by the way, guys, here we are starting a little bit about our discussion. I'm not going into too much detail over here. I will do a separate page going into the granularity of the changes for 2025. This is just an initial discussion. Okay, so we've got the same number of topics, 9 topics. What do you notice first and foremost? There's been a little bit of a change around in 2024. Emerging topics and universal investment considerations were topic 1 and 2. Now they are topic 8 and topic 9. So when you begin your studies, don't think that they've been removed because they're not where they used to be. They've just shifted down to the back end. One doesn't know if they've become less important. I wouldn't think so. They've just been moved to the back end of the process. Okay. In terms of marks, everything remains exactly the same. Okay. As you can see, the multiple choice section, exactly the same, still 70%. What do we notice about the multiple choice section? What we notice is that it's anywhere, they give a range of marks between 8 to 12%. 8 to 12%, if we average that at 10, and we are examining 7 topics, there is your 70%. 10% for topic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 topics, 10% weighting for each multiple choice section, and there is your 70%. What do you notice? We notice that for the first 7 topics, guaranteed you're going to get multiple choice questions from those. What do we notice then when we look at the topic 8 and topic 9, which used to be topic 1 and topic 2? That is where your constructed response section is coming from. So if you have a look over there, remember we said there's going to be 3 questions worth 10% each, 30%. 10% coming from topic 8, universal investment considerations, guaranteed. Another 10% guaranteed coming from emerging topics, topic 9. The bit of a wild card, where is the other 10% question coming from? And what do we see over here? That could come from any of the first 7 topics. So remember again, constructed response, exam weighting, 30%, 3 questions, 2 will come from topic 8 and topic 9 combined, 1 each, and 1 will come from somewhere else. We don't know where. So what you notice there is that from the first, out of the first 7 topics, guaranteed to be an MCQ question that we can see over there, but there'll be another question. Okay, we don't know which topic it's going to come from. and we have no idea. Okay, but yes, there will be a third question for constructed response, and it will come somewhere else. Okay, I'm not going to talk too much now. I'll talk about that in the next section where the changes have come in. Okay, because if you notice, well, there's models. Where is models over here in 2025? Well, it's mixing a little bit over there, but I'll talk about that in the second component of this video where we talk about the changes from 2024 to 2025. Okay, just in terms of the textbooks that are required, emerging topics, these are readings given to us by CAIA. Those are internet-based readings based on PDFs, nice and easy to do. Keep in mind, good news, if you come to Edge as a prep provider, of course, we summarize all of those readings for you, okay? And there's 8 altogether, so we will summarize all of those for you and give you notes, videos, and questions on those. But keep in mind, CAIA also gives you the readings. Those are the actual readings that you find in the journal readings, or wherever CAIA sourced those from. Topics 1 through 8, okay, is the Wiley textbook. And again, a lot of people ask us at Edge, why should we come to a prep provider if we are given all the material? I do concede you are given all the material from CAIA. The material from CAIA, the Wiley textbook and the reading, is good material. I've got to tell you that, okay? What people often find is that it's quite lengthy. You get 3 books like that to go through. It often takes, each book is about 500-600 pages, often takes a bit long, and often that's why guys come to prep providers like ourselves at Edge, and we summarize that for you with notes, videos, questions, etc. Okay, over our page over here, just a little bit, and I'm sure people are familiar with this. I just want to just take you very briefly through a little bit of additional information before we move into part 2, which will deal with the detailed changes in the CAIA syllabus year on year. First and foremost, guys, calculator policy hasn't changed. If you are not a CAIA Level 1 student, in other words, you came to CAIA Level 2 via CAIA's special program and arrangement called the Stackable Credentials Program with the CFA, okay, again, then you'll also know that CAIA's policy and CFA's policy for calculators is exactly the same. And you're going to shout at me and say, well, why did I only put the Texas BA2 Plus over here when in fact you can also use the HP12C? The reason for that is most prep providers only teach on the Texas. And based on that, I've just given you that one over there. But yes, I agree with you that you can also use the HP12C, CFA, CAIA alike. Equations need to be learned. There's no getting around that. There's a massive list of equations. You need to learn all the equations by heart. There will be, if memory serves, for CAIA Level 2, around about 7 or 8 equations that if they do ask that particular calculation, they will give you that then via, give you that equation then in the exam. Otherwise, everything else has to be learned by heart. Okay. They always tell us that less than 30% of the calculations in the exam are going to be calculation-based, which means 70% are what we call qualitative, theory-based questions. Okay. MCQs, 3 or 4 possible answers. 3 or 4 mean ABC or ABCD. We spoke about this earlier. The pass mark is guaranteed at 70. Might be lower, but a maximum of 70%. Okay. And generally, you've got to wait 6 weeks. I know the CAIA Level 1 guys are going to say, but we only waited 5 weeks for CAIA Level 1. Yes, CAIA Level 2 is a bit more marking to do because they've got to mark the constructed response section, whereas at CAIA Level 1, it was only MCQs. Okay, at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing this particular document with you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my next document with you. Let's see if I can find that one over here. And this particular document is the one that will deal with it didn't seem to work over there. Let me just do that one again. This particular document is where I'm going to discuss the changes from 2024 to 2025. And what you can see over here, what I've done is I've made this one a little bit more granular than what you saw in that first document. Let us take a look straight away. An opening comment just in terms of the changes between 2024 and 2025. There's not a massive amount of change. Okay. The second question I can hear on candidates' mouths already, if I was going to be saying, do we then, if we've got 2024 material, or I managed to get it from a friend, or I didn't pass 2024 and I've got the material, can I still use it? My answer is yes and no. Yes, because most of it is the same, but no, because you're going to see as you go through here, you're going to get quite confused first and foremost, because the changes are quite a lot in terms of how we move topics around, number one. And yes, there are actual changes as well, which I'll discuss here. I always recommend candidates to work with 2020, if it's 2025, to work with 2025 compliant material. At least you've got the notes in front of you. Those notes are 2025 compliant with all the new learning objectives that you need as are required by CAIA. You're in a much safer, happier position. I often get candidates that work with old material, and they often say to me, I can't see that LO, that learning objective here anymore. Is it in? Is it out? Kai's asking me a question from here or from there. He says it doesn't seem to be the same topic anymore. Has it changed? Okay, my suggestion is to always work with 2025 or whatever year you're in, compliant material. Let's get ourselves going straight away. And what we notice over here, okay, first and foremost, topic number 1, institutional asset owners, is almost a carbon copy of what it was, just that it was not called topic 1 in 2024. Okay, but in terms of material, 5 readings like it was in the past. No real, when I say no real changes, little LOs here, learning objectives change here and there, but nothing to write home about. Topic 2 is a newly named topic called asset allocation. Okay, there was no, if you look in 2024, there was no specific topic in 2024 called asset allocation. Okay, mark allocations, all the same, 8 to 12. The readings within this are same readings as they were in 2024, but just under a new topic 2 called asset allocation. But essentially the readings, you've seen them all before. When I say you've seen them all before, 3 out of 4. In other words, reading 2.1, asset allocation processes in MVO, an old one. 2.3, other asset allocation approaches, an old one. Reading 2.4, active management, an old one. However, there's a brand new reading for 2025, and it's very topical. It's called TPA, Total Portfolio Approach. So reading 2.2 of topic 2 is brand new. So again, that's what I say, we need to work with. There will be cosmetic changes, but then there are going to be some real changes as well. One of the real changes is TPA. It's a brand new reading, was not there in 2024. Okay. Topic 3, nothing to write home about. Same old, same old. Again, you won't find it as topic 3 in 2024. It's been rebranded with a new topic name. But the readings, there were 5 before, there's 5 now, almost the same. No real changes. I'll say no real changes. Minor cosmetic changes here and there. Look at topic 4. Topic 4 is methods and models. What topic 4 has done is they've taken 2 topics from 2024 and merge them together. And that's why there's so many readings over there, 4.7. Okay, but are there any real changes here? Things that you haven't seen in 2024? Not really. Okay, they're quite similar to what they were in 2024, in 2025. But again, you'll start to see over here, modeling overview and fixed income models. We didn't see that in 2024. Well, you did really, okay, it was under the topic called models with a different name. So, and that's what I say, I would not be comfortable for candidates to be using 24 material. For the most part, there's a lot of confusion that will be introduced. They've changed names, they've moved things around, and of course, yes, they have in fact made some real changes as well. Topic number 5, accessing alternative investments. No real change over there. There used to be 5 readings, now there's 4. They've just moved stuff in and out between the different readings, but no real change or material change over there. Topic 6, same story, due diligence and selecting managers. Really a bit of a carbon copy of what it was before. There were 5 readings, there are 5 readings. When I say no change, I mean, I'm not saying there's no changes at all, but I'm saying essentially this topic, for example, topic 6, due diligence and selecting managers, has remained the same. Topic 7 is a bit of an interesting one, volatility and complex strategies. What they've done here is 1 in and 1 out. What I mean 1 in, okay, complexity and structured products, a lot of that that particular reading now has come to us from CAIA Level 1. If you look at the CAIA Level 1 syllabus, so if you're coming up from CAIA Level 1 to CAIA Level 2, you'll say, hold on a second, I've seen all of this before. You have. All from CAIA Level 1, but mostly from CAIA Level 1. Okay. One went out. Okay. So if you were in CAIA Level 2 and you're doing it again, you say, well, hold on, where's this particular reading? Okay. Insurance linked products and things like that, and hybrids, that was taken out of CAIA Level 2, went down to CAIA Level 1. So that's why I say one in and one out. Okay. We took some stuff in from CAIA Level 1, and then we took some stuff from Level 2, and we shifted that across to CAIA Level 1. So volatility essentially the same, but just remember, one in, one out. Okay, so there's a real new reading that you might not have seen if you were not in CAIA Level 1 recently, or if you're coming across from somewhere else. Okay, new reading, and then one has gone down. Topic 8, universal investment considerations, almost carbon copy of what it was in the past. Just two readings over here, 8.4 and 8.5. They used to be called ESG readings, so a little bit of a change in the name of what you would see it being written as. Now they call it sustainability. In the past, they used to be really what we would call ESG readings, but no real changes over there. Topic 9, emerging topics. We know with topic 9, there are 8 readings every year. Normally either 2 or 3 come in and 2 or 3 go out. This year, only 2 changed. Okay, and what are the 2 that changed? We've got from Elisa to ChatGPT. I'm sure everyone's excited. Everyone works with ChatGPT. That's one of the new readings, ChatGPT. And one of the other models, Takashi Alexander Revisited, has now come in. Those are your 2 new readings. So you say what has gone out. We've lost a Bitcoin reading, okay, which used to be called Channels for Exposure to Bitcoin. That particular reading has gone. And we lost a private equity reading, which was the expected returns on private equity. Okay, so hopefully that little that's our part 2 of the presentation. Hopefully that's given you a little bit of a good indication of the changes 24-25, and hopefully I've convinced people not a great idea to try and use older material, older syllabuses to try and study 2025 with, for 2 reasons. Number one, there's been a big shift around in terms of how everything is now worded. Topic 1 is no longer topic 1. Topic 1 is now topic 8. Topic 2 is now topic 9. Things have moved around a lot. Particular readings have moved around between the various topics as well. There are small changes within those as well. But in addition to all that, there are brand new readings that have been introduced as well. Not that many, about 4 or 5 altogether. But yes, those are new readings and those are good marks, which of course we want everybody to score from those as well. I'm going to stop sharing this particular document with you. I'm going to go back now to our other document that we had, the beginning document, and just to conclude this particular video, really to be able just to let you know what we as Edge Designations as a prep provider can do for you in terms of hopefully getting you through this particular exam. Let me just go there. That should be the right one that I'm looking for. Great. Okay, let's talk to you a little bit about the Edge program. Number 1 is we break it down into 8 different options. This is all available to you on our website. Option number 1 is what we call our premier offering. What's our premier offering? It's called Zoom plus online. What is Zoom plus online? Well, I'm going to talk to you about online first. Online, which is option number 2 with no Zoom. It's a complete set of notes, 2025 compliant, of course, a full set of videos, 2025 compliant, a QBank, a formula sheet, and we've introduced a brand new video. Hopefully by now people won't need it that much, but it's how to use your Texas calculator. And that particular program, it's a 6-part video series that goes through all the calculations, amortization calculations, RR calculations, and how to use your Texas calculator. So that's everything in the online program, and that comes at a cost of $300. Everything, of course, 2025 compliant. I do need to mention, sometimes candidates say, well, the video the notes were 2025, but the video looked like it was from 2024. A principle that we've established here, and I think a lot of prep providers do the same thing, I know particularly on the CFA side, if there's been no content change whatsoever for that particular set of notes, not a single LO at all, we keep the video the same. We don't re-record a video just because it's now 2025, and maybe it used to be called reading 2.1, now it's called reading 1.1. There's no point in there. We do update the notes, of course, but the videos we're going to keep the same because it's carbon copy 100%, same learning objectives, same notes, same video. No sense in that. Okay, just watch for those. Okay, how then does option number 1 change? Option number 1 is exactly the same as option 2. Two little changes. Number 1, you've got live Zoom classes, 7 live Zoom classes. We meet once every second week. Okay, it's always on a Sunday to make sure it meets with people's schedules and calendars and timings. And we meet 7 times. What do we do in the Zoom classes? We talk about what was due for that particular essay. For example, we're doing models and things like that. We'll talk about the various models and methods. You can bring any questions you like to the table. That's a classroom setting. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Ask what you like related to that particular topic. Also, we've introduced something you can have access to me. I run the program. We'll give you my WhatsApp number, and you can ask questions you like. As you go through material, you may say, well, I don't understand this, and you can pop me a WhatsApp, and I often respond to you via voice note. Okay, and that's obviously a little bit more expensive. That's $450. Other than that, the balance of the Zoom and online program is the online program. Okay, just keep in mind for those that may be a bit worried, come out of level 1, they may not want this option, but they still want a bit of access to WhatsApp. We will still create a WhatsApp group for all of our candidates and for all of our non-candidates. We do it as a service to everybody. Just let me know if you want to be on the group. And we create a WhatsApp group for you, just to be able to chat amongst yourselves. And if I'm ever addressed on the WhatsApp group, I do respond. People just put @Russell, and then I know that I'm needed. And then I respond on that group for you as well with absolute pleasure. So you'll have free access to that one. What we're talking about over here, the access to what is if you want to keep on messaging me all the time with your questions and your things like that, that's part of that one. Option number 3 is the revision exam program. The revision exam program gives you a complete set of revision notes. How does that differ from the notes that you see over here? These are revision notes. These are comprehensive notes. Part of the online program, they are comprehensive, and they give you a full detail in terms of those particular notes. You get revision videos there as well, which are videos that deal with the revision. About 14 to 16 hours worth of revision, and it takes you through the entire CAIA L2 syllabus in summary revision form. You get 3 practice exams, which comprises 300 multiple choice questions, 100 for each exam, and then you get your constructed response questions there as well, of course, 2025 compliant. Option number 4 is a question bank, and you say, but question bank, didn't you say question bank here? Yes. Everything from this point onwards, from option 4 there onwards or downwards, call it what you wish, are all a la carte. In other words, what does that mean? That means if you buy the online program, what do you get with it? Well, you get the question bank, okay, which of course covers the whole syllabus, about 800 questions. You get a full set of notes. You've got that over there. You get videos as well, all part of the program. So, but if a candidate says, listen, I'm just looking for notes, well, come and buy a set of notes. You're just looking for questions, come by that. And if you're just looking for, but you can see, of course, if you buy the online program, option number 2, you would get everything that is included then over there. Okay. Option 7, 3 full exams. Okay. And then you get all your 300 multiple choice questions, and you get your constructed response questions there as well. Option 8, for those that are still looking for a little bit of help and use on the calculator, we call that our how to use your Texas calculator program. 6 videos, 6 sets of notes, taking you through word by word how to use your calculator, amortization functions, RR, net present value, etc., etc. That goes there for $20. At this point, we have now come to the conclusion. Hopefully, we've achieved our 3 objectives, introduced you to the CAIA program, shown you the changes for 2025, and then shown you what hopefully Edge Designations can do for you. At this point, we hope to have you along with us for the ride on our Edge Designations program. We wish everybody the most amount of success. We don't wish you luck. Luck is if you don't study, okay, you need a bit of luck. We wish you success in your studies, success in your exam, and wishing everybody the absolute best for their CAIA Level 2 journeys.